Hello everyone, we're happy you're here for the second day of PCM EWOP of Prayer on the theme My Circle of Influence Amplified. Our speaker today is Miss Luchang Gangmei, a teacher at Riverside Adventist Academy.
Hello friends, we are in day 2 of Public Campus Ministry EWOP of Prayer, and our topic today is Love and Extension of Thankfulness. We are going to see how we can serve in campus through acts of love and selfless deeds. Our key text is from 1 John 4 verse 8. It tells us, anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. While the college experience can be amazing, we have to admit that sometimes we face challenges. And as young people, those challenges can be very disappointing sometimes or very discouraging. But regardless of these challenges and even fears, there are some things that we can do. We can always find ways to share our faith with others. Sharing our faith and finding ways to help fellow students on campus through authentic acts of Christian service, among other things, is a response of thankfulness to God for the same measure of unwarranted love He has so freely given us. We may sometimes think, how can we share God? How can we share our faith in places where there are no Christian, or sometimes where there are a lot of people who do not share our same religious beliefs? But we don't have to be so concerned as to what we have to do, because sometimes we don't have to say anything, or we don't have to even go or approach anyone. Just by how we are, our character itself could be a message for someone. And I remember a time when I was in college. My sisters and we missed our exams on one Saturday, one Sabbath, and after the exams, the vice president of our college, he walked into our class and he said that there are some students in this class who would miss exams, very important exams, the semester exams, just because it is on Sabbath. It is their Sabbath. So there are a lot of people in my class who did not hear or who have not heard about the Sabbath, but it was their first time hearing about Sabbath, and I didn't have, or my sisters and we didn't have to tell anything, but they were able to see, they were able to learn about Sabbath. And one little act of kindness is enough to help cheer someone up. We don't have to be so smart, or we don't have to have the highest qualification in order to share our faith. We just need to have a willing heart, and God can use us to His greatest fulfillment of His purpose. An act of kindness may seem so small to us, but if God is in it, it can have a far-reaching impact on someone's life. 1 John 4 verse 8 clearly defines who God is, and the text distinctly defines God as love. So furthermore, the writer qualifies this definition by stating that anyone who does not love does not know God. We cannot claim to be a Christian, we cannot claim to love God if we do not have love in us. We cannot say we love God, or we cannot claim to know God if we have no love in us. Love is therefore a key relationship indicator between those who know Christ and those who may not know Him. So though we may be placed in different university campus, there are still ways we can share our faith, and we just have to have a willing heart. Let us attempt to explore the meaning of 1 John 4 verse 8 as implied in this epistle. The use of the word anyone in 1 John 4 verse 8 presents an open invitation to anyone. As a pronoun, the word may refer to a person or people. This all-encompassing invitation shuts no one out. If anything, it says to the reader, despite your race, your cultural persuasion or linguistic roots, or in spite of any other thing, the moment you make a decision to express selfless love to others through Christian service, you have begun your journey of learning and knowing who God is. Sometimes it can take just a small booklet or a book that you can pass it on, and the Holy Spirit can work wonders. They can open the hearts of the receiver. What are you doing in your campus today? What are you doing in your university campus to display selfless Christian act of service? Remember that true love means much more than service to your friends. It means service to those who are oftentimes ignored, shunned, or totally forgotten by society. So could we think of ways we can share our faith with others in our university campuses today? It is easier said than done, and we grew up teaching children of how we can be messengers of God, of how we can share our faith with others. But have we really practiced it? Have we really done it? God placed us in the university that you are, the university that I am, because He has a purpose for us. And we come across people of different tribes, of different religious background every day. Some of them might be so broken inside. Some of them might be so empty. How can we share Jesus with them? How can we bring hope to them? How can we share our faith that would lift up their spirit, that would have them look to Jesus Christ? So during this week, I want you to think about ways you can serve your fellow students on campus through genuine acts of Christian service. Could we want to share Jesus with everyone we come across? Because if we have the love in our hearts, if we have the love of Christ in us, we wouldn't want to skip any person. We would want to share. Let us prayerfully ask God that He will help us to serve better through acts of Christian service. Nothing is impossible for God, and the moment we make a decision to do something for God, to share our faith with others, God is going to bless us richly. So let us take this moment to think of ways we can share our faith, and not only think of ways, but really start sharing our faith in the universities that we are placed in.